Welcome back into the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Major League Baseball coming at you today here on Tuesday, May 6, 2025. MLB player props, NRFIs, run lines, the whole thing, guys. Let's get this sweep today. We're bringing out the dude hat.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that cab made now. Straight fire.
As always, if y'all are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road now to 10,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. Appreciate all of your guys' support. Let's have a great day in baseball today. Yes, I am busting out the dude hat, guys. We need a sweep. It was my way of saying to the books, I really want the sweep today. Please. Let's get it today. So let's do a quick recap from yesterday. So as you know, we've taken a couple days off of videos. We've still been posted picks, though, in our community tab. So if you guys have missed those, I do apologize. But yesterday, we ended up going 2-1 plus 1.25 units. We cashed Pete Alonso once again over 1.5 bases. We've cashed the last couple days with him. Then we cashed Monkey Betts over 1.5 bases as well. So another pretty clean cash on that. Love to see it. So 2-0 on our player props yesterday. We missed, unfortunately, on the Reds' first 5 innings money line. You guys should know I actually switched the pick in this game from the NRFI in that game, Reds-Braves NRFI, to the Reds' first 5 money line. You guys know how that panned out. The NRFI hit, and then Singer got blown up in like the 4th inning. So it happens, guys. It's one of those things where just couldn't pull that proper string. I didn't need to pull any strings yesterday. I wish I just took the NRFI, went with my gut, and unfortunately, there's some stuff I didn't like about the NRFI, and then that made me fade away from it. So it's kind of stuff that happens, though, guys. Quick comic capper recap from yesterday. We had got to get the bag calling the Dodgers minus 1.5 run line. They cashed that, so we'd love to see that. And then Magic Man, over the last few days, he technically cashed his team total parlay again yesterday with the Cubs over 2.5, but it was parlayed with the Guardians over 3.5. It got rained out. But the Magic Man's been cashing a lot of these team total parlays. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. And obviously, got to get the bag's been on fire at the channel as well. So you guys, and then Justin McKelvey, Manny the Maniac 99, Lit Picks, all you guys that post picks, Eric and me, really do a great job. So keep doing what you're doing. And let's have another great day here in baseball. A couple quick things I just wanted to say. Any links you guys need here at the channel related to, social media, membership, merchandise, any of that kind of stuff is down below in the pinned comment and the description. Membership is just $3.99 here for the entire month. So less than the cost of a biggie bag, and you get access to all of our picks and our plays early. So a couple hours in advance of videos, and also our Straight Fire MVP exclusive picks of the day, which we haven't run the last couple days, but typically we have those out for you as well. And hopefully, obviously, we get back on track with putting those out today, because we are doing stuff a little bit later. A little bit unsure if we'll have one. Well, I'll try to post one though a little bit later today if I can get one out to you guys. So. Without further ado, though, guys, let's get right into our picks. Let's get this sweep here today. Getting right after it today, let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we're going Freddie Freeman. Over 1.5 bases here for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Minus 110 odds on Fanatics. Really love this look on Freeman today. You guys should know something. If the Marlins are playing the Dodgers, I am taking some type of Dodgers prop. Whether it be a bases prop, team total over, something. Because Marlins pitching staff has been absolutely atrocious this season, and obviously the Dodgers are, arguably the best lineup in all of baseball, especially when they're healthy, which they should be for the most part today. Love the spot though for Freeman. Obviously, lefty up against the righty Cal Quantrill. Guys, I don't even need to tell you how bad Cal Quantrill has been this season. He's got an ERA north of 8. That shouldn't even be possible at this point in the season. Usually it gets you demoted. A 1.80 whip. Now, he has been particularly bad versus right-handed bats. If you look at his splits actually versus lefty bats, it hasn't been as bad. It's still moderately bad, though. He's allowing a 345 batting average overall, a 255 average to lefty bats. That's what I mean. He allows a much higher batting average to righty bats right now. But Freeman's had such great history off Quantrill. I'm not worried about those splits. And even if so, those splits, he's not throwing the ball well to anybody. And he just hasn't had a big enough sample size, I think, versus lefties to have those numbers get too skewed. But I think with Freeman here, obviously I have him getting at least a couple hits here today, and maybe an extra base hit as well. Freeman's batting average is now up to 337 for the season, 663 slugging percent. He homered again yesterday. The dude's swinging a really hot bat right now. Batting 391, slugging 813 versus right-handed pitching. So he in particular does well versus righties, so you'd love to see that. He's batting 462, slugging 885 over his last 7 games. He really can't do it much better than that. He's doing terrific. And most importantly, what you're looking at today, his history off of Quantrill, and you're getting the bad version of Quantrill, which we already cashed versus Quantrill earlier with Hernandez. But Freeman's a career 9 for 17 off the starter Cal Quantrill today with 2 doubles and a triple. What are we talking about here? I mean, that's some wild stats there. 11 for his last 18 games to his 2 bases line for Freeman. So like I said, for even value, I think this is great value. This should be like minus 200, honestly, for him over 1.5 bases today. We've seen him go 3 of 4 so far this season versus the Marlins to this line. We talk about how bad the Marlins pitching is, guys. The 4th worst in bullpen ERA and the most hits allowed out of the bullpen as well. So we just covered how bad Cal Quantrill has been. Sandy Alcantara has been bad as a starter. Edwards at times. Even the starting rotation, this team just pitching so far has not been good at all. So I think, once again, this is just too tall of a task for Cal Quantrill. I don't see him having any success versus this lineup. I think you could take multiple players on the Dodgers for 2 bases, to be honest with you. The top 4 cashed yesterday. Mookie Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, Hernandez all had 2+ bases yesterday. And it was very similar when we took Hernandez. You guys remember a few in the middle of last week when they were out in LA. We took Teoscar Hernandez over 1.5, and he cashed that easily as well. So, like I said, yeah, you could really target bases props here with the Dodgers. You could take the team total over. You can take the earned runs over on Quantrill. There's so many ways you could attack this. But I really like Freeman here. I like the lefty bat here versus the righty pitcher. So, love it there for number 1 pick. We're going Freddie Freeman over 1.5 bases here for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Minus 110 odds on Fanatics. Kane at number 2. We're going with the Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves, no free bet here. No run first inning, minus 115 odds on FanDuel, which is what we should have done yesterday. But I did not change the pick. This I saw this and I loved it once again. And I went through, and this one really was a lot more appetizing than yesterday to me, even though yesterday's cashed. We got Abbott going to the mound for the Reds. It's been really good so far this season. 2-0 with a 2.84 ERA, a 1.26 whip so far this season. So pretty solid numbers for him. Chris Sale, 1-3 for the Braves, 4.84 ERA, 1.42 whip this season. But I'd say those numbers are a little misleading. Chris Sale has been much better over his last 2 to 3 starts. He has pitched. He's really seemed to get it back, which is Sale at the beginning of the season was awful, and like I said, over his last few games, has really picked it up and has pitched much better. 12 innings pitched, 3 earned runs over his last 2 games. So he's been much better, like I said. And I think they can continue today. Obviously, the Reds don't hit lefties particularly well. The Reds bat .223 off of left-handed pitching. So obviously you like to see that. The Braves bat just .204 versus left-handed pitching. So neither one of these teams hits lefties too well, which obviously I love to see that. And I think they're going to put us in a nice spot here to cash this NRFI. The Reds are 12th. The Braves 21st in first inning runs. So that's obviously pretty solid. These teams, like I said, did both NRFI yesterday. So hopefully that happens again today. Obviously, I was pretty sick yesterday watching the NRFI cash and then the Reds get dominating in the first 5. And I'll be honest, after the NRFI hit, I had a really bad gut feeling about the Reds in the first 5. Even though it went through the first 3 innings, I believe, scoreless. And then in the 4th inning is when the doors kind of blew open there. And Reds obviously fell apart. It might have been bottom of the 3rd that actually all happened. But in either case, it happens, guys. It's one of those things. Obviously, it made me a little sick, but it is what it is. But love it there, though, guys. For number 2 pick, we're going Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves. No free bet here. No run first inning. Minus 115 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 3, this is the first one of these I believe I've done ever. This is Matthew Liberatore over 17.5 outs here for the St. Louis Cardinals. Minus 120 odds on DraftKings. obviously trying to stretch what we're doing in baseball beyond just bases props, because that tends to be my thing. I tend to get locked into bases props because I love the value. But I really like the spot on Liberatore. Looking at him here on the outs versus the Pirates here today. He plays for the Cardinals. Really love the spot for him, though. On the season, he's 5 of 6 so far to this line on the season. His only miss came last game. I had to do a little bit of investigative work here. He pitched just 3 innings, only allowing 2 earned runs. So I'm like, wait a minute, did this dude get hurt? I might have to scratch this bet. No, it's due to the rain. So a major rain delay in that last game basically forced him out of the game. And that's pretty typical when you see a big rain delay. That is not in the forecast today. So rain is not in the forecast in St. Louis today, so I checked that. So it should be pretty solid on that. So outside of that game, he's 5 for 5 on the season. So obviously like to see that. He's up against the Pirates, who, just the lineup in general, never really scares you, right? When was the last time a Pirates offensive lineup scared you? About absolutely, blasting a pitcher. They don't scare me today. They're 12th worst in average versus left-handed pitching, which Liberatore is, batting .226. So I think he can get outs here. And he's already had a start versus the Pirates, which he pitched into the 7th inning, actually, which I like seeing that. I actually love that he pitched into the 7th inning. Because we're going to want a little bit of room here. Obviously, 6 innings is usually right at the mark. There's a better than zero. I'd say a very good chance that he gets right to 18 outs. So obviously, would never want to take this at over 18.5. But right at 18 outs is where I'm really projecting him to be. And it's kind of one of those weird things where we're expecting to cash this on the hook, just the way baseball works. And then, obviously the bullpen to take over in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. But I think we have some room, like I said, because he did pitch into the 7th inning, which is a very good sign versus his Pirates lineup. This year when he played the Pirates, like I said, that was back in April 7th when he pitched into the 7th inning, got 19 outs in that game. Big thing with Libby here on the season, guys, which is what you really like to see, is he doesn't allow walks. Just 3 walks for the entire season. That's incredibly impressive. And the Pirates really don't walk a lot. Pirates are 10th fewest walks versus left-handed pitching, and 11th worst on base percentage. So they don't force a lot of action on the bases, which is what you like to see. And obviously, we want low pitch count innings. We're looking for them to swing the bat, which a lot of these guys do. O'Neill, Cruz, and there's definitely some aggressive. McCutcheon, a couple guys in this lineup that will swing the bat. Which is what I see, particularly versus lefties, though, which is what we like to see. So, love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, we're going Matthew Liberatore over 17.5 outs here for the St. Louis Cardinals, minus 120 odds on DraftKings. Love it today, guys. I brought out the dude hat, because we just had to bring some different energy to get the sweep. I think we had to mix it up a little bit. We got to get a sweep here today. They have been obviously dodging us, which has been sad, but not been the type of MLB season so far that we like to see. We're down 5.47 units on the year. It's not horrible, but we need to pick it up. And so I'm making adjustments where I see that we can make adjustments, trying to explore some different markets in baseball to get us to the window. And hopefully we cash our outs prop today. That would be huge for us. Just give us some momentum here in a different category. And maybe we'll look into taking more of those type of plays. So I appreciate you guys all. Sorry we haven't had a video out in a few days. Obviously we've sometimes with my schedule things get tough. So I'm doing my best to make sure we're getting plays out to you guys at the very least. And then videos sometimes are a challenge, but like I said, doing the best that we can. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.